One. Welcome to the One PRC auction. My name is Chasen Kunitz, Mixed Masters Coach and Masters Rower, and I'm honored to help host today's event alongside our Director of Rowing Operations, Patrick McGovern. Now in his third year with the George Pocock Rowing Foundation, Patrick continually shares a wealth of experience from his background in rowing, coaching, craftsmanship, and leadership. Throughout the course of his time with us, Patrick has been instrumental in helping PRC adapt as a regional and national presence that stands for inclusion and excellence in the sport of rowing. Here's to Patrick.
Thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate that. And thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope you're having a wonderful evening. We wish that you could join us here in Studio 4B. But please know you're with us here in spirit, and as we join you in the comfort of your own homes. I just want to let you know this is our biggest auction ever. We have over 278 people that have registered for this event, and people that are watching from both in the city of Seattle and also even around the country. So this is truly a very universal event. We can't thank you enough for coming together this evening, and it's a pleasure to host you in the comfort of your own homes.
Yeah, welcome to your couch. So thanks, Patrick. We're so excited to share a unique evening of fun and fundraising. But just like in rowing, there are a few techniques that we need to master before we can really get underway. First, please be assured that every item up for grabs tonight, as well as your hosts, have been sterilized. So don't have to worry there. Also, please note that while you are bidding tonight, we recommend using two devices this evening. You can try using your phone, you can try using your tablet, and your laptop. So please consider watching the event from your laptop or TV, and place your bids on your smartphone or your tablet. It's that easy. For the silent auction, if you haven't bid on any of those items yet, you can still do so until 8:59 this evening. There are some great COVID-friendly items still available, so please do check them out. And if you haven't yet browsed the items, you can find a link directly on our auction page at www.pocockrowingcenter.org. Again, that is www.pocockrowingcenter.org. So to bid on an item, simply click on the item and press bid. So once you've hit bid, you can choose to do something pretty awesome. Don't forget to bid. I know, big party foul. But then you can also hit max bid to make sure that you get all of your items. So please do utilize that, and rest assured that we can get you that max bid confidence that you can get those items that you desperately want. So tonight we are thrilled to share a few brief films featuring some of our athletes, coaches, and alumni. Each year, our stories are wildly different about how we have impacted the sport of rowing and how the sport of rowing has impacted us. And this year, it's even more so. So we invite you to sit back, enjoy a beverage, and hear their stories. Cheers.
I'm thankful to be part of the PRC community right now because having access to the water and rowing makes this all feel a little bit more normal for me, for our athletes, and for our whole community.
I'm so grateful for the PRC community right now for welcoming me to this new city in a very challenging time.
I am thankful for the PRC community right now because pandemics suck and rowing rocks.
I am thankful for the PRC community because they are my family.
I'm unity right now because we are taking care of each other.
They've found a way to make rowing safe and possible during the worst possible time.
I am thankful to be a part of the Pocock community because Pocock is full of people I can have a conversation with, full of people I can laugh with and be myself with.
I'm thankful for the Pocock community right now because it's great to have a place where we can still get together, even though it looks and feels a lot different, to go out and row and enjoy the water for coaches to continue pursuing their passion in coaching, and I look forward to seeing what we can do in the future.
I'm thankful for the PRC community because it really serves as a grounding point right now. We're all still rooted in the common cause of rowing and specifically what the center provides.
I'm thankful for the PRC community right now because fellow athletes and staff brighten my day and bring a smile to my face.
I'm thankful for PRC because even in hard times, we continue to find ways to support young athletes.
I'm thankful for the PRC community right now because it makes things feel a little bit more normal.
I'm thankful for the PRC community right now for giving us the chance to gather and feel a sense of belonging during this strange time in our lives.
I am proud to be part of PRC because it means being an excellent family.
I'm proud to be a part of PRC because I get to contribute to an ongoing legacy.
I'm proud to be a part of the PRC because we prioritize getting everyone on the water and getting everyone to find their own passion for our sport.
I am proud to be a part of PRC.
I am proud to be a part of PRC because I believe in George Pocock's legacy. Rowing can transform lives.
I am proud to be a part of the leadership and support that the PRC community provides to the city and to the sport.
I am proud to be part of Pocock Rowing Center because the Pocock name has always been associated with greatness in the sport of rowing. And I really feel that we are fulfilling the Pocock family's legacy and what we're doing every day in supporting development and youth programs and greatness in rowing from our youngest members to our most enduring members, and being just an active part of the storied Pacific Northwest community.
I'm proud to be part of the PRC community because we have such a healthy boathouse culture that supports every athlete to strive for the optimum.
I'm proud to be a part of PRC because we're working to allow access to all athletes.
I'm proud to be a part of PRC right now because it makes rowing possible for a lot of different people.
For doing the work that it does, and especially in the area of diversity and equity and inclusion, making big changes on that.
I'm proud to be part of the PRC because of the clear passion of the athletes, staff, and coaches. The adaptability that we all showed through the pandemic and into the present is a real testament to that passion.
I've seen athletes strive for the optimum this year by adapting to ever-changing conditions with lightning speed. This community is resilient.
I've seen athletes strive for the optimum this year by getting outside of their comfort zone and trying new things.
By cleaning their boats.
Simply by getting out on the water during these times that are so difficult and finding ways to keep rowing in their lives when it's really difficult to keep anything going in your life.
By getting out and rowing and pushing themselves out of their comfort zone and learning something new.
By continuing to pursue improvement, passion, and perfection without the promise of a medal or even a race.
I've seen athletes strive for the optimum by being flexible with their goals and adapting to new challenges.
I've seen athletes strive for the optimum this year by continuing to keep themselves and their peers safe while they train.
I love the PRC community for its generosity and willingness to embrace new ideas and to change and grow.
I love being a part of Pocock because Pocock makes me feel accepted for who I am and allows me to do the same for others.
I love being a part of PRC because I'm challenged and supported as both a coach and an athlete.
I love being part of PRC, especially right now because it gets me out of the house.
I love being a part of PRC because I love helping new athletes enjoy the sport of rowing.
Because I get to come to practice every single day and watch inspirational kids do amazing things. I love being a part of PRC because I get to learn from these kids as much as I get to teach.
I choose to support PRC right now because they're an excellent family and I want to be a contributing member.
I choose to support the PRC right now because our mission is crucial right now more than ever, and every dollar ensures a promising future for our athletes, for our staff, and for our community.
I choose to support PRC right now because someday we will get back on the water together.
I choose to support PRC right now because I want to see the kids that I coach compete in their very first race.
And I look forward to seeing what we're able to do with your continued support over the next year.
I choose to support PRC right now because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's our goal to make sure that PRC is still fine once that light actually comes.
I choose to support PRC.
I choose to support PRC right now because PRC is hustling to make sure that we can all get back to our boat, whether it's a launch or a racing single, or for the lucky few, a household double.
I choose to support PRC right now because sharing this sport in this community is what makes it so special.
I choose to support PRC.
We are one PRC.
We are one PRC.
We are one PRC.
We are one PRC.
One PRC.
We are 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 one PRC.
George Pocock's legacy of altruism and kindness helped shape our sport. Let's continue.
So much of yourselves, your stories, your time, your passion, and knowledge with all of us. Teaching was also very important to George Pocock. He believed rowing to be the best life-changing experience for young people, specifically with regards to developing their character. One of my favorite stories of George is the letter in the oar box. And in 1958, George was helping prepare a crew at the University of Washington to compete at the Royal Henley over outside London. And as the boatman of the crew, his responsibility was to prepare the oars for shipment overseas. So he built the box and got them secured. As the philosopher of the boathouse, he also included a handwritten note for the athletes to find when they met up with their equipment over at Henley. The note read, "Rowing a race is an art, not a frantic scramble. It must be rowed with head power as well as muscular power. From the first stroke, all thoughts of the other crew must be blocked out. Your thoughts must be directed to you and your own boat, always positively, never negative. Row your optimum power every stroke. Try and increase the optimum. Rowers as fit as you, when your everyday strength is gone, can draw on a mysterious reservoir of power far greater. Then it is when you can reach for the stars. That is the only way championships are made. That is the legacy rowing can leave you." That note and the inspiration therein resonated with me as an athlete. It helped simplify the tasks at hand. I found when I was trying to increase the optimum, that really worked, and that made my boat go as best as it could. They went at optimum speed. When I was coaching youth rowing, I found this philosophy also enabled our kids to perform to the best of their ability. To truly row the optimum, there is no room for negativity, nor is there time to focus on an opponent. I like to think this lesson stuck with them for life. When I worked as a carpenter and a tradesman, I could see how George's approach to rowing was also fully applicable to working with your hands with cedar, alder, and spruce. I could only assume George expected focused, optimum performance from the crew building the boats that left the shop with his name on them. Here at PRC, every day I hear and see the satisfaction from our athletes when they draw on this reservoir of power. I hear the excitement in their voices when they talk about reaching for the stars. Here's a short clip of these athletes.
Happy Monday, everybody!
Happy Monday, Coach!
fantastic window into the world of our youth athletes and how they understand that process of rowing in the moment. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, we've come to the live auction portion of our program. Excitement ensues. So this year we won't have the seat racing component of the bidding process as we do normally, which is a bummer, but we also won't have people aspirating in a closed space, so probably for the best. To bid on live items, you'll want to get your phone handy, so go ahead and grab that. These items that we will be bidding on in the live auction are in the almost live category on One Cause. So we're almost there, almost live. If you are an unregistered guest, so you're not the person that signed up for this, and haven't yet visited One Cause, now is the time to maybe elbow the person next to you and have them send you the link. Quick hint, it was sent via text yesterday. Otherwise, you can find it on the front page of our website at www.pocockrowingcenter.org. We will start bidding shortly. Now is the time to review those items again in the almost live category of items. It's almost time to text some friends or family that you might like to share an experience with. Never forget that much like in rowing, working together, say for group bidding, may improve your chances of winning. To bid on an item, simply press the Bid Now button. And be sure to set your maximum bid if you really, really, really want to get that thing that you like. Now before we begin, I have a super cool surprise for everybody. Joining me to share the live auction items is a special guest and the newest member of our Pocock family. She hails from the Midwest, where she first began rowing as a freshman at Michigan State University. And afterward, she co-founded Recovery on Water, a nonprofit rowing team for patients and survivors of breast cancer. After nearly 9 years of growing Recovery on Water into a successful and sustainable nonprofit, she decided to try the Pacific Northwest, and we couldn't be happier to have Jen Gibbons at the helm of the George Pocock Rowing Association, or Foundation. Please join me in welcoming our new executive director, Jen Gibbons. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. Thanks so much.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening. As Jason shared, my name is Jen Gibbons, and I'm the incoming executive director of the George Pocock Rowing Foundation. I'm so happy to be here and be part of the PRC and the GPRF family, to be here this evening and to raise some money for a great cause. So, should we just go ahead?
Yeah, let's go for it. So while you are bidding, we will talk briefly about each of these great items and experiences. And we will start the bidding in 3, 2, 1. So those all should be live for you. All right, Jen, care to start us off?
Sure. Great. First up is an opening day eve boat cruise. We all missed opening day this year, the racing and the party. Make sure to make it count next year with this 2-hour cruise on the Log Boom the evening before the Windermere Cup on the Portofino, a 42-foot motor yacht. This cruise accommodates 6 guests and includes the boat, captain, and fuel, BYOB and food, departs and returns from the Seattle Yacht Club. Thank you, Pat and Lisa McCabe.
Awesome. Next is a 3-night stay at a beautiful cabin. If you've been to the Meathal, and how can you not want to return? And if you have been there, how can you not want to bid? So spend 3 nights at the Bechelian's wonderful 2-bed, 2-bath cabin in Mazama in the beautiful Meathal Valley. You and 5 of your friends or family can enjoy skiing, snowshoeing, or snow biking in the winter. In the summer, you can hike, climb, mountain bike, and fly fish. This cabin is about a mile from the quaint and famous Mazama store and right on the ski trail. Thank you so much to Sarah and Kevin Beckman. Yeah, good job. Thanks, Sarah.
Our third item this evening is totally unique. Have you ever been photographed by a Pulitzer Prize winning photographer? We have in our midst the incomparable photojournalist Kevin Fuji, who has covered 4 Olympic Games, the Super Bowl, World Series, and the Stanley Cup, I Love Sushi races, and a number of other high-profile events. I can't think of anything more high-profile than I Love Sushi.
There simply isn't. Yeah.
Yes. After your photo session, you will receive a carefully curated selection of personally edited digital copies for your own use. The session can be held in the daylight hours with or without your crew. Thank you so much, Kevin.
All right, and the next item of tonight's live auction is a brewery tour of the Puget Sound. Now, you would be traveling by boat, which is pretty darn cool. And if you think a pub crawl in Ballard is fun, think bigger. You could rock your way from Seattle through the Sound in search of brews aboard this beautiful 37-foot Axopar powerboat, which may be slightly faster than your single. You could visit dockside breweries in East Sound, Friday Harbor, and Port Townsend. For ideal conditions, this trip will be scheduled in July for the best weather. An itinerary will be dependent on your interests and the weather. Thank you so much to Kirkland Baird for making that happen.
All right, our next item is an incredible night at the Snug Harbor Resort and Marina. This one-bedroom cabin is a tranquil retreat on the west side of the San Juan Islands in the peaceful Mitchell Bay. The resort boasts beautiful interiors, expansive glass, vaulted ceilings, full kitchens, and a stunning uninterrupted view. Stay, relax, and enjoy. This package is available from September 15th through May 15th and excludes holidays.
Awesome. So the next item is a weekend of fun at a lovely Spencer Lake log cabin. Courtesy of Mixed Masters rower Peg Radford. Hi, Peg! This cabin can comfortably sleep 6 and is located just north of the Agate Passage on the Olympic Peninsula. But the scenic locale is only the start of why we're so stoked about this cabin, because it is fully stocked with everything you and your friends and family need to have a wonderfully fun weekend on the water. There are kayaks, sups, a canoe, or paddleboard, or pedal boat. Or feel free to bring your own human or man-powered craft, as there is a public boat launch on Spencer Lake. With the exception of holidays, the winter can make use of this stay year-round, though we recommend waiting until mid-June to swim without a wetsuit. Thanks again, Peg Radford. Really appreciate it.
Well, we've come to our penultimate item for tonight's live auction, a pair of beautifully restored wooden sculling oars. Ooh!
Ooh la la. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
All right, these classic blades are made by Panadosi, USA, and are equally at home on the water or hung as a decoration. Just gorgeous. Thank you to our anonymous donor for this gift, and to Chuck, our PRC boatman, for getting these ready and looking oh so fine. We have the oars. We will close all bidding for the almost live items after the next item.
All right. And before we get to that last item, we might have a special guest appearing in a matter of moments. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to introduce, we did not expect this, in the studio with us, the item, or one of them, from the last auction piece. So here we go. We're going to give you the real deal here, even though it's a bit unwieldy. So as you can see, it looks amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
Vanna White this thing fully. I just personally like how it was beautifully refurbished. As you can see, our chevron kind of matches the wood. It's just awesome.
It's
So
really, really beautiful.
yeah,
So there's 2 of them.
yes, there
And
are
you can use them or you can keep them as decoration.
indeed, and I think either would be awesome. So cool.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
get this thing out of here.
Okay. And last but certainly not least is an incredible 4-night stay for up to 20 guests at a private Lake Sutherland retreat on the mighty Olympic Peninsula. This property includes 3 separate buildings, 5 bedrooms with 13 beds and sofa beds, 4.5 baths, and 2 private acres right on the lake. Bring a shell and enjoy glassy morning water, or host a family reunion in these well-insulated and mostly soundproof bedrooms that'll keep babies' sleeping ears safe from all adult family revelry. And to aid in said celebrations, there's also a game room, dish TV, hot tub, canoe, 2 kayaks, paddle boards, paddle boats, a fire pit, and a fully stocked kitchen to ensure every guest will be entertained. The winner may reserve this package from any 4-night stay from September through May, with the exception of holidays. Thank you so much, Kelly Jensen, for this great donation. So that's it, folks. We've gone through all of our live auction items, and bidding will now close in 3, 2, 1. All about that countdown. And thank you, Jen, for joining us today. Yeah, awesome. And now we're going to take a moment to reflect on the impact that rowing can have on the life of a young person.
My name's Corey Guay. I rowed for Pocock for 6 years in middle school and high school. Honestly, from an ultimatum from my mom, if you have to do a sport, pick one. And I thought it would be awful, to be totally honest with you. So my experience with Pocock was maybe a little bit different than a lot of people. So I started when I was 12 as an itty bitty Corey, and I started as a coxswain, actually. Surprising if you could actually see what I look like now. I'm almost 5'9". So I was a coxswain for 4 years for the women's team, which was absolutely incredible. Loved every single second of it. And then after those 4 years, I transitioned to being a rower for the last 2 years that I was in high school. It was either I was going to cox guys or I was going to row. And I was like, I had a great time coxing guys, but I am 5'7" and I'm too tall for this. Everyone looks at me funny. I just got to change. Actually being able to say, okay, Corey, it's your turn. Let's figure this out. It was definitely an adjustment, but worth every second and every stroke. And then I was recruited to row for the University of Alabama. A couple days ago, someone said to me, oh, you rowed, you must know how to suffer. And at the moment I was like, yeah, I do. I absolutely 100% do know how to suffer. But that also means that I know how to persevere and persist and to fight as hard as I can with everyone around me and to focus on that sort of team aspect. And so in short, yes, I know how to suffer very much. And I think everyone who has rowed absolutely knows how to suffer. But I think at the same time, everyone knows how to fight and to persist. But then I've come back and people that I've worked with in like my professional career and people I've met just sort of in passing, they know what Pocock is and they know who George Pocock was and what that means. It's something that I'm incredibly proud of. And so being a junior at Pocock was about that I did something that mattered and I did something that followed his legacy and what he believed in rowing to be, which was sport that was incredibly hard and powerful and graceful and harmonious and always chasing the perfection and the harmony and the balance and rhythm, as he says. So that's what it was. I actually tattooed the date the first day that I ever came to rowing onto my arm. I have a, I don't know if you can see.
Oh my gosh.
There. The tattoo for me is the 6 dates that made me who I am. And one of those dates is the first day I ever stepped into Pocock, which would have been September 7th, 2011. Rowing, as much as it's a cliche, it brought me everything. It brought me fitness and a purpose and friends and a family that I never thought I would have. And it gave me the chance to go to school. And every day it reminded me of why I came back, and so it was every day that I had faith in Pocock, and every day I had faith in that family and that team and everything it brought me, from my Bama team to the work environment that I'm in, to my family and my friends and everything. It's everything. It may come off as, to whoever, they may roll their eyes for whatever answer I give, but all of it is true. And I think you could ask anyone from my class, from every class after me or before me, and they would say the same thing, that there were absolutely awful days, but the days that made it worth it they were worth it. These kids who come every single day come because they love this program and they love these people, and for some of them it's a way to be fit, for some of them it's a way to have a family, sometimes it's the only place that they have friends, and it's the only place they feel like they're welcome and they're supported and that they matter. And that's important, and every kid who comes into that door is important. To have this opportunity and to have this boathouse and this community is more than being part of a sport. It's about having a purpose and feeling like their placement on the earth is everything to someone, and it's worthwhile. For me, it brought me everything. If you can give that to one kid, your donation is beyond worth it, because your donations made it so I have that opportunity, and I can sit here and say it was worth it. Just keep going. The advice would be just keep going. You will have days in your single that make you feel like you're on top of the world, and you will have one stroke that just clicks and you're like, oh yes, I got it now. Or you will have ones that you will want to throw your oars and jump out and swim and say, goodbye, I'm never coming back. Fight through the hard days and enjoy the good ones, because they will be worth it. Just keep going.
What a fantastic story of the legacy of reaching for the stars. This year, perhaps more than any in my rowing career, I've been moved by the teamwork in our community. We've looked out for one another's health and safety on the water and off. We've developed courage and resilience. The courage that it takes to get into a single for the first time is the building block of the courage that it takes to sit on the starting line up at Green Lake and down in Vancouver, maybe even in Sarasota, Barcelona, Paris, or Los Angeles. The resilience to get back in a boat after you fall out is the same resilience it takes to get back to practice after losing a tough seat race, to get back to training after falling short at a regatta. It is the resilience that pays off when you refuse to be beaten and you come through in the clutch, whether in rowing or in life. This year, we've had to show teamwork, courage, and resilience as an organization. We started an uncomfortable process of self-reflection about what it means to be an inclusive community, about how we can change our patterns of behavior to diversify our organization and our rowing community. We've also adapted. As you know, the principle of adaptation is at the heart of any physical pursuit. Technically speaking, adaptation occurs when the body or mind changes to increase its ability to cope with a new load. When our bodies adapt, we lift more. We increase the intensity and the duration of our training. When our minds adapt, we can perform under pressure, stay focused for longer, and we row better. This year, we've gotten to know new teammates, new coaches, and we've developed new skills on the water. We've been able to stay healthy through a global pandemic. We've purchased additional singles to get people on the water. Members have loaned their boats to kids, so more kids can have these opportunities we're seeing. Members have donated their boats to the organization, so our youth can continue to grow their own courage and resilience. As of this morning, since May 5th, we've spent 15,188 hours in our club singles. That means that people are rowing out of PRC on average 723 hours per day. At our private boat owners, that number is well over 800. We've also been able to get over 200 unique athletes on the water in this period of time. As you've seen in our promotional material, tonight is important for our financial health. With lost revenue from canceled summer programming, a canceled ergathon, eliminated facility rentals, and our reduced capacity for operation, we're facing a $100,000 shortfall this year. As you know, we've reduced our expenses to the minimum required to maintain our community and our capacity moving forward into the future. We appreciate your generous support in closing this gap so we can continue to exist, offering so many people the opportunity to reach for the stars.
Now it's time to start the Fun to Need portion of our program, where we ask you to consider everything about PRC that matters to you. Is it your teammates? Is it your coach? Is it the boats that you get to row? Is it this amazing facility that you get to experience? Whatever it is that matters to you about Pocock Rowing Center, we want you to think about it right now. And we'd really appreciate any donation that you can give, be it small, be it large. Every little bit counts, and we are so grateful and appreciative for everything that you put into this boathouse day in and day out, but especially right now as we're trying to adapt to unprecedented times. Before we begin, we'd like to give special thanks to the Ancient Mariners for starting off the donations with a nearly $12,000 gift. Thank you so much to all the Mariners and Coach Jenny Potter for this generous donation. We really appreciate it, guys. Also, we are so grateful to PRC alumni Isaac Wheeler for his generous $2,500 donation. Thanks so much, Isaac. And now, let's put some time on the block for you to make those donations. So, we've got some time right now. Please consider all the things about PRC that you love and adore. And we're just so grateful that you're here with us tonight and that you're here with us when you get to go rowing or when you're dropping your kids off here. It's a pretty beautiful place that we get to share. So with that, by all means, make those donations. Let's see some fundraising, and it's only going to make this place better in the long run. So we are so incredibly appreciative of everybody's contributions this evening. Thank you for your generosity and passion, truly. It makes this community and the experiences that PRC provides possible. Sadly, part of experiencing community means that sometimes we do have to say goodbye to the people that matter to us. And so we're going to take a quick moment right now to celebrate the lives of two individuals who enriched everything that we do here, but especially the rowing experiences in innumerable ways. These two fellows had tremendous impacts on both PRC and the local community here as a whole. First, we celebrate Mr. Cliff Hearn of the Ancient Mariners and University of Washington rowing teams. He was as successful in the sport of rowing as he was humble and cheerful. Cliff, we miss you. We also celebrate Mr. Ron Lawrenson, an incredibly gifted member of the Masters sculling team and an exceptional Masters coach that I was lucky enough to get to coach with. Ron was possibly the nicest individual among us, and I'm so grateful that I got to spend the past couple of years working with him. Ron, you're dearly missed, buddy.
And we'd like to conclude with our gratitude. We want to thank our teammates and families for coming this evening, and also for sharing so much of yourselves with all of us on the daily. If this year has taught us anything, other than to wash our hands, cover our coughs, and stay away from Greek row, it's that the bond we share through rowing is a unique and deep part of all of our souls. We also, without all of you, this event would not have been possible. Without all the following people, it would not have been possible either.
We'd like to thank Anne Margaret, Kristen, and Meg Berry for your tireless efforts in making this event so unique and special.
Thank you, Ted Leslie, for organizing the dessert dash.
Thank you, Erica, for the procurement.
Thank you, Zoe, for the incredible footage and videos that you made for this evening's program.
And to all of our athletes, coaches, and contributors for their wonderful clips within those videos.
Thank you to Platinum Catering for the fantastic meal this evening.
Thank you, Laura and Michelle at One Cause.
Thank you, Dustin, who has been our behind-the-scenes tech. He's waving at us right now, but he's been amazing and handling such a good job of this. So thank you so much, Dustin.
I'd like to thank Jen for joining us not only this evening, but for the future.
Well, and thank you too so much for making this night so special. It's clear how much this club has made a significant impact on people's lives, and you are both incredible leaders, and thank you for putting this together. I hope everyone had a great time tonight.
Thanks, Ted. All right. You guys ready for the after party?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, gang.